This is International Migrants Day. The crisis rages in Southeast Asia, where millions are fleeing conflict and persecution. A growing percentage of them never made it to safety, and they disappeared somewhere on their journey, likely at the hands of traffickers. CCTV's Tony Cheng has more on their plight from Thailand.
Just outside the town of Takwaba, police and local officials man a checkpoint to stop the human trafficking that's flowed for years. This is the main road from Myanmar going south. Officials here were instrumental in cracking down on smugglers who were taking Rohingya Muslims through Thailand to Malaysia. But despite their efforts, they know the trade continues. The horrendous conditions the Rohingya refugees were being kept in was exposed in May. Jungle prison camps in Thailand and Malaysia contained mass graves and survivors with stories of terrible abuse. Thailand launched a crackdown against the traffickers, and several senior officials, policemen and a general were arrested. But the flow of migrants continues. There is, however, another explanation for the failure to stop the traffickers. The senior policeman in charge of the trafficking fled Thailand earlier this week. He's seeking political asylum in Australia because his life is in danger, he says. And speaking to us on the phone, he confirmed his investigation had uncovered links to senior military and police officers connected to the trafficking, who he hadn't been allowed to arrest or question. Many of those who escaped the traffickers have also now disappeared.
6 months ago, we came here to a school for refugee children from Myanmar to meet Mohammed, a 13-year-old Rohingya boy who'd been trafficked against his will from Myanmar. Eventually, he found his way here after being caught by the Thai authorities and given basic sanctuary. But things were looking up for Mohammed. The United States had agreed to process his case as a refugee, although he himself was clearly desperately missing his parents. But we've discovered, on returning 6 months later, that Mohammed has since disappeared.
It seems that Mohammed was pressured by friends and brokers for the smugglers into escaping from the shelter where he'd been placed. Ironically, he appears to have decided the best chance of freedom was with the traffickers who'd held him in the first place. His teacher thinks he's now gone to Malaysia, where he'll face an uncertain future. The other Rohingya students have also disappeared. The only ones left are those too young to be used for labor, of no value to those still operating in the human trade. Tony Cheng, CCTV, Phang Nga, Southern Thailand.